This is a Construction Tales brief safety topic. In this video, I'm going to discuss the industry standards that regulate the creation of the modern hard hat. In my previous video, I covered the early history and evolution of the hard hat. If you missed that topic, head back into the Verbally Disastrous YouTube channel and look for that video. These hard hat designs must comply with OSHA regulations that also require the use of American National Standards Institute, or known as ANSI, compliant head protection that falls under ANSI Z 89.1-2014. The OSHA Rule 29 CFR 1926.100 states that employers must provide head protection equipment that meets or exceeds the industry consensus standard ANSI Z 89.1. I have never worn the hard hat with the ventilation feature. However, I've seen some guys on my project that have the airflow vent feature on their hard hats. From what it sounds like, via field feedback and online reviews, the ventilation feature does provide a noticeable difference in the summer. There is a general color code that indicates job roles out on the job site. Yellow is used for general laborers and contractors. White, or sometimes black, indicates supervisors and managers. Inspectors and new workers wear green hard hats, and visitors are often given blue ones. Despite having a set industry standard color code in existence, it doesn't mean that contractors follow it at all. After the majority of my experiences, most managers indeed wear white hard hats. However, contractors will often choose a hard hat color that goes with the company brand colors. For example, I've worn a blue hard hat on some projects as an electrician. However, I've also worn a red EJ Electric hard hat since their brand was predominantly red, and Verdi Electric since green was the predominant brand color. There are 2 types of hard hats along with 3 classes of head protection. Additionally, there are 3 types of adjustments for hard hats. ANSI Type 1 hard hat works to protect against blows to the top of the head and meets vertical impact and penetration requirements. The ANSI Type 2 hard hat works to protect against blows to the top and side of the head and meets both vertical and lateral impact and penetration requirements. Type 1 hard hats are predominantly used within the United States, while Type 2 are predominantly used in Canada. Here are the 3 classes of hard hats along with their main function in regards to protecting the worker from momentary brushes with electricity. Class E, known as electrical, provides protection to withstand 20,000 volts. Class G, or known as general, provides protection to withstand 2,200 volts. Then you have Class C, also known as conductive, does not provide any protection from electricity. The standard type and class of hard hat that's used on the average job site is the Class C hard hat for workers who are not exposed to electricity. However, the average electrician here in the United States would be wearing a Type 1 Class E hard hat. It's also suggested for the hard hat to be blue in color. Hard hats come in a wide variety of styles with the intention of providing protection within different work environments. However, the 2 most popular are the cap and full brim style. The cap style has a front brim with a rolled edge that's intended to allow water to drain off of the bill. The full brim style is a wider brimmed hat that gives eye protection from sunlight and even rain while working outdoors. As with any product on the market, they come with a wide variety of accessories. These accessories are intended to provide comfort and ease with various applications: light visors, face shields, ear muffs, mirrors, linens, liners, chin straps, cameras, pagers, radios, neck shade protection, and lights. There are 3 different types of adjustments on the hard hat that include ratchet, pin lock, and one-touch. Obviously, the worker must visually check the hard hat for damage and take it out of service immediately if it is damaged in any way. The recommended lifespan of a hard hat is 5 years. I've worn a bandana under my hard hat for many years to protect my forehead. It works to protect my forehead from pimples that can surface along the suspension strap that connects the hard hat to my forehead. I've used those soft liners that snap onto the suspension strap. However, they get dirty and laden with sweat very easily. I'd rather stick with my pink or blue do-rag instead. On the project that I'm currently on, the workers for the general contractor all wear the safety helmets in lieu of a traditional hard hat. They have the ability to accept the various accessories such as a face shield, ear protection, and the chin strap. The crew literally look like they're wearing a fancy bicycle helmet. Despite looking somewhat ridiculous and over the top, it does make sense to have the chin strap in order to keep the hard hat on the worker during stressful moments. I've never been a fan of wearing a hard hat since it works very well to trap the heat on your head. Additionally, every day is a bad hair day after wearing a hard hat. When you work on high-rise projects, you have to tether your hard hat to your clothing. In the event the hard hat falls off and drops from a high elevation, it can injure a passerby who is walking on the ground level. I wear a tether on my hard hat since I'm walking around on a 20-story scaffold within an occupied residential complex. I cannot imagine the long-lasting mental anguish of hurting or even killing an innocent bystander with my personal protective equipment. Well, my friend, this wraps up what I have on the industry standard regulations that manage the creation of the modern hard hat. This concludes this Construction Tales safety topic. Come back for more topics soon.